J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings is a cornerstone of modern fantasy, a sweeping epic that explores the themes of good versus evil, the corrupting influence of power, and the importance of hope in the face of overwhelming darkness. The narrative hinges on a seemingly simple task: the destruction of the One Ring, an artifact of immense power forged by the Dark Lord Sauron. But what if this task had failed? What if, against all odds, the ring wasn't destroyed? A deep dive into this alternate scenario reveals a cascade of potential consequences, reshaping Middle-earth in ways both terrifying and fascinating. Greetings all, I'm your guide, the Archivist. Today I will look at a scenario where the ring wasn't destroyed by Frodo. Before we begin, please remember to like the like and subscribe waystones down below, so that more people can learn from the archives. To understand the implications of this what if, we must first revisit the context of the ring's destruction. The perilous journey to Mount Doom culminates in Frodo Baggins, the ring bearer, succumbing to the ring's power at the very brink of its destruction. It takes the intervention of Gollum in his desperate desire for the ring to ultimately plunge it into the cracks of doom. This act, a blend of chance and divine intervention, fulfills the prophecy and vanquishes Sauron. Therefore, to imagine a world where the ring survives, we must consider how Frodo's final act could have played out differently. Perhaps Gollum doesn't appear. Perhaps Frodo, overwhelmed by the ring's allure, actively claims it for himself. Or perhaps even Gollum's intervention, the ring somehow survives the fiery depths. The most immediate consequences of the ring's survival is Sauron's victory. The destruction of the ring was the only way to permanently defeat him, severing his connection to the world and scattering his spirit. Without its destruction, Sauron's power would not only have been restored but amplified. He would have instantly known the location of the ring and turned his full attention to reclaiming it. The forces of good, already weakened by the war, would have faced a renewed and unstoppable onslaught. Minas Tirith, the last bastion of Gondor, would have fallen quickly. The other free peoples of Middle-earth, the elves, the dwarves and the hobbits, would have been systematically conquered or enslaved. The Shire, Frodo's peaceful homeland, would have been among the first to suffer, its innocence and simplicity brutally extinguished. This would not be a swift, merciful victory, but a long, drawn-out reign of terror. Sauron wouldn't simply conquer, he would subjugate, corrupt and reshape Middle-earth in his image. Forests would be felled, rivers diverted, and the land itself scarred by his malice. The very air would be thick with despair, a constant reminder of his oppressive rule. The individuals who played crucial roles in the War of the Ring would meet grim fates. Frodo, having claimed the ring, would be utterly consumed by its power. He would become a wraith-like figure, bound to Sauron's will, a twisted mockery of the brave hobbit he once was. Samwise Gamgee, Frodo's loyal companion, would likely die defending his friend or be imprisoned and tortured for information. Aragorn, the rightful heir to Gondor, would likely fall in battle against Sauron's forces. Even if he managed to survive, he would be hunted mercilessly, a symbol of hope that Sauron would seek to crush entirely. Gandalf, the wise and powerful wizard, would continue to resist, but even his might would be insufficient against the combined power of Sauron and the ring. He might be captured and imprisoned, his knowledge and wisdom twisted to serve Sauron's purposes. The elves, particularly those who remained in Middle-earth, would face a particularly bleak future. Sauron held a special hatred for the elves, and their ancient realms would be targeted for destruction. Some might flee to the Grey Havens, seeking escape across the sea, but many would be captured and enslaved, their ageless beauty and skill perverted to serve Sauron's dark designs. The implications extend far beyond immediate military conquest. Sauron's rule would fundamentally alter the fabric of Middle-earth, ushering in an age of darkness and despair that would likely last for millennia. Sauron had little regard for the natural world, seeing it only as a resource to be exploited. His victory would be a widespread devastation. His victory would lead to widespread deforestation, pollution, and the destruction of ecosystems. The beauty of Middle-earth would be replaced by a desolate wasteland, mirroring the barren landscapes of Mordor. Sauron would systematically dismantle the cultures and traditions of the Free Peoples. Their languages, histories, and artistic expressions would be suppressed, replaced by a uniform culture of fear and obedience. Knowledge would be controlled, and dissent would be met with swift and brutal punishment. The populations of orcs, trolls, and other creatures of darkness would swell under Sauron's rule. They would become the enforcers of his will, spreading terror and oppression through Middle-earth. Humans corrupted by Sauron's influence would also rise in prominence, serving as his loyal lieutenants and administrators. Innovation and progress would be stifled under Sauron's rule. His focus would be on maintaining control and consolidating his power, not on improving the lives of his subjects. Middle-earth would stagnate, trapped in a perpetual state of darkness and oppression. The Free Peoples of Middle-earth would be stripped of their spirit, their belief in the possibility of a better future extinguished. Resistance would become increasingly difficult, and the memory of freedom would fade into legend. In essence, a world where the ring wasn't destroyed wouldn't be a world worth living in. It would be a nightmare realm ruled by a tyrant whose power, fueled by the ring, would be absolute and unending. The story of the Lord of the Rings serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of courage, sacrifice, and the enduring strength of hope in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. By exploring this alternate scenario, we gain a deeper appreciation for the delicate balance between good and evil and the devastating consequences of unchecked power. The destruction of the ring is not just a victory, it is a salvation of Middle-earth, preserving its beauty, its freedom, and its potential for a brighter future. The alternative, a Middle-earth perpetually shrouded in Sauron's shadow, is a chilling reminder of what could have been. And so I have now covered the content for this video, but if there's anything that has been missed, please share them in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this content, please remember to like and subscribe waypoints down below. Na Lue Gavan Advan. Until we meet again.